Thank you. It's so wonderful to be here tonight. There are some books in life that won't let you forget them. And there are some books that should not be forgotten. Night in Gaza is both these things. Dr. Mads kindly sent me the book, fresh off the printing press. And staring at the haunting image of the young girl, I carefully put it away so that my young children would not unknowingly flip through the pages and see the dark images in the book. I would later realize how unfair it is that I am shielding my children from images in a book, while children in Gaza are being shielded from falling bombs. It took me a while to muster up the courage to even read the book. I remember the horror I felt through every Zionist war, and I knew that I would relive that horror reading the book. And indeed I did. To those of you who choose to read the book, I warn you that you will need no less than one box of tissues to catch the tears destined for the pages in the book. I warn you that you will lose your appetite from the scenes described so vividly. And I warn you that you will get angry. And we should get angry. The book is a true account, after all, and we must face the realities of occupied Palestine. We must be reminded, and we must transform our action. We cannot react only after a particular Zionist offensive and then go on with life as usual. This type of short-lived behavior is not the type of behavior that will beckon change. But how can we make that mental shift from reactive activism to consistent, ongoing activism until Palestinian rights are realized? First, we have to truly comprehend that every war on Gaza did not happen in a vacuum, but rather it is part and parcel of an ongoing Zionist plan, a plan that has been implemented every day since the Nakba in the form of massacres, the siege, home demolitions, detention of children. The list of crimes is endless. What is happening, and I'll quote from the book, is an intentional political plan to crush the Palestinian people's will to resist so that they can be driven out and give up on their rights. So the first step is to make that mental shift and imprint it in our minds. And the second step is to figure out how we can participate. And it's really about a way of thinking and believing that you as an individual and us as a community can have agency and make that change. So for example, when Oscar winners are invited to Israel as part of a propaganda campaign to whitewash Israeli crimes, you don't sit back and get frustrated. You write to Leonardo Di Caprio and you publish that letter. So when you hear that Jordan intends to sign a gas deal with Israel, you don't say, that's a shame, but maybe we need it. You, one, do your research, and two, you realize that we don't need it. And you realize that the money that we would be paying for the gas deal will be paying for the wars on Gaza. So by default, you then mobilize civil society in parliaments, exactly as the coalition against the gas deal has done over the past year. When you hear that the United Nations uses G4S as their security company, the same security company that services Israeli prisons and checkpoints, you don't let that go and ignore the hypocrisy. You make your voices heard, you speak to your friends in the United Nations, and that's exactly what Jordan BDS did as part of a global campaign. And this week we heard that UNICEF dropped G4S. These are just examples, and I can tell from Fadi's face that my time is up. But I hope the message is clear, and if it's not clear, it definitely will be after Dr. Mads' talk. I'll end by quoting a quote from the afterword of the book that I loved. Heat and pressure from a nation of occupiers turned bitter, fearful and greedy only strengthens the glue amongst occupied Palestinians. The power of memory is strong, and as our elders pass through life, the youngsters will also remember and never forget that Palestine is here forever. Thank you so much.